In the last session, we have seen how to sequence the parallel jobs in order and how to run parallelly the sequence number of parallel jobs in the sequence of number of parallel jobs. In this session, we are going to see how to control. So when you drag an output link from an activity, you get a new tab called triggers tab. And in the trigger tabs, we have triggers conditions. So OK means it is finished status. Warnings means finished C-log status. Failed means aborted status. User status you can define on your own what you want. And custom status, there are some predefined functions. Based on that we can use them. And if you want something otherwise unconditional, we have some other trigger conditions. We will see them. So executed OK means if this sample load job is success with finished C log. I'm sorry, success with finished status, not even finished C log. Finished status. Then only it is going to copy operator and run this job. If this copy operator job is successful, then only it will go to remove duplicates job. Means copy operator also should be success with finished status only. So if I run this job, in this case, without any problem, these jobs are going to run. These jobs are going to run in the as we seen in the last session. So the sequence starts first and sample load job will finish successfully first with finished status, next copy operator and next remove duplicate. That is the order we have given in the sequence. In sequence job. So this will execute accordingly. There will be no issue at all. Okay, because three jobs are completing with finished status only or done with the finished status only. How to see view the job from the job activity? Once you right click on this job activity, you can see open job command. There you can go and see the job. Now here I have a data set file. Okay, and assume that I just want to abort this job because of username issue. Username issue. There is no user of Scott1. I have given Scott. So I'm compiling this job now in this parallel job, and now I am going into the job activity, and this job is going to fail now. When this job is failed, we'll see whether these two jobs are going to execute or not means. So first sample load job will execute accordingly from the last section what we have seen, the same way it will execute. See what happened, sample load job is aborted and the sequence job also completed with finished C log status. It did not execute this remove duplicate job or copy operator stage. Those two jobs did not execute because sample load job is aborted. But what I have given the trigger condition in the sample load job, if this job is okay, then you can run the copy operator job, but this job is aborted due to username. So now this job is not yet run. They did not run now. See, there is a time gap aborted 10:28, and after 10:28, these two jobs should run, but there is no execution of this copy operator and remove duplicate after to this sample load job aborted because the trigger condition is not matching, so it will not execute. Correct or not? So that is the major part of the trigger condition. Now I'll just show you one more thing. If you put aborted status failed, means if this job is failed, then only it should go and run this copy operator. Now it will execute? Yes, 100% it will execute. Because in the first job I given aborted and the second job okay and third job will execute accordingly. See, now this job is aborted. Okay, sequence also got aborted. Yes, sequence also got aborted. We'll see why the sequence got aborted. Compiled and not running. Oh, sorry. Then before also this job ran with, see, aborted only. This status aborted. So no problem. But the second sequence only is having an issue. So whereas OK status, but it is aborted, that is the reason it is not running. That is the warning we got in the previous run. But in this current run, the job itself did not run, compiled and not running. Okay. Okay. I just forgot one key point here. What happened here? Aborted. Aborted status until you compile again this job, you cannot run this job. You got me? Before what I did, I have changed the username and I compiled there. I compiled and I went to the sequence and ran. But here, after completion, the job did not fail. Just try to make a note of this point. For this, we have a solution that we will see in the next session, or maybe in the next session only. So try to make a note of this point. We'll make this point clear in the next session. Okay. So what is happening? What is the error? It got aborted, and until unless you compile at your job level, you cannot run the sequence. Now you cannot run the sequence. Now you run the sequence, it is going to run. Okay, now what is the output? The sample load job should abort because the trigger condition I have given failed. It should abort, then only this copy operator job is going to start. And if this copy operator job is finished with OK status, then only the remove duplicate stop job is going to execute. So now I compiled at job level. Once this job is aborted, so now the sequence is also going to run successfully. Before sequence got aborted because the parallel job is aborted, but it did not compile, so it cannot run. Now see, sample load job is aborted, then the second job, copy operator job, is running. And if you see the remove duplicate job is running. At the final, you see the sequence job flow. The sequence job flow, whether it is finished status or finished C-log status. See the finished C-log status. We'll see what is the problem. Why did it get finished C-log status? See, which job, sample load job I have mentioned did not finish OK. Status is equal to aborted. Okay, it did not success, it is throwing error. It is saying that it is not successed. Okay, even though I mentioned fail, then only it is running in this sequence. Okay, so that is just a warning. It is saying it is not ran successfully. Okay, then next it was failed. It is running successfully of the next jobs because the condition I given itself fail only. Okay, so this is the trigger condition of OK and failed. Finished C log. Finished C log means warnings. So finished C log warnings means warnings are not something like errors. Okay, finished C log means it's not like something like errors. But finished warnings are just like what do we say? Giving some information regarding so and so is not happening. Because of that, we are not able to. Because of that, we are not able to do this. It's just what I can say. It's just a warning, but we don't need to bother. Data flow will happen from source to target. There is no problem in that. So some cases what happens due to the some file issue we get warnings. But directly if I put status like if I put status like OK, if I get finished C log, but even though the data is loaded and the second job is not going to run, you got me right. Some cases what happens due to network issue, due to some other issues which are not in the job level, maybe they will get some warnings. Because of that warning, if the job is getting finished C log status and if I make a trigger condition like OK, in that case what happens? In that case what happens? The finished C log, the finished C log condition it is coming, but here the trigger condition is OK. In that case, it will not go to the next job, but which is should not happen in that. So for this, what we can have a custom condition. Custom condition, what we can have, we can say we have some. I'm sorry, not macros, constraints. What is that? So DS job, we am going to just check some trigger conditions we have in user status. We can make these are predefined. See, run on warnings or constraints run okay means it can be okay, it can be okay, or it can be warnings also. It should run custom condition with predefined conditions. I'm writing this condition. Okay, so I don't have any trigger condition for the third job. So now go to this job, open this job. We'll go and make this user correctly. Now compile and close this job. Compile the sequence job and execute. I'll just we'll see. I'll show you with okay warnings also in another with another job. We'll see. Okay, it will be finished. Okay, no need to worry. No need to worry. We know that. Okay. Okay, we see some finished C-log jobs like transformer. No, I don't want to take these multi-instance jobs. I want to take transfer stage loop. Okay, I have a log here. Finished C-log status. What is that warning? Delimit item ID not found now. Okay, fine. So I had finished C-log status with this job 24. I'll just go to the repository and what I'll do, I'll move this 24 job into the sequence. Okay, and I'll call that job as well to the now in this what I'm going to make a condition is I'm going to say okay, but the job is finished status. Job is finished status. Okay means finished status, but the job is giving finished C-log status. Finished C-log status. We'll see whether this job will go to further or not. We'll go and run this further. No, it is not running. See, the sequence also completed. Sequence also completed. Now in the transformer job, I'll give the custom condition. Whatever I mentioned, I'll give the custom. If you put warnings, yes, it will execute. Only warnings it will execute. But if I don't get warnings and if I finish with finished C-log status, then what happens? Again, it is a big problem. Correct or not? Again, it is a big problem. See, finished C-log, but the second job is running. The sample load job is running. Next, copy operator job will run. And next, remove duplicate state job also will run. Within seconds, these are running. The elapsed times, with the elapsed time. If you want, we can make the timestamp even. Okay, see now. Sequence job is still running. Now it is finished. Because of the transformer looking job finished release C-log status, I'm getting sequence also as a finished C-log status. Because it is a warning, right? Did not finish with OK. Did not finish with OK. Status is finished. See, finished warnings. What is the status? What is the code of finished C-log? 2. Finished with warnings 2. Aborted will be 3. Aborted will be 3. So this is what about triggers condition of OK, failed, warnings, and custom. And user status you can write, but this keyword should come from the job. That should be a problem. So I don't want to make that here. So user status is like manually you can write some condition. If this output if you are getting, then only it is going to be write it. But mostly don't go for user status. We go for a customer. Usually in the real time we go for custom condition and we just give this run status okay or with warnings. Okay. So user status manually you can write anything. And otherwise in the sense, otherwise an unconditional. Unconditional does not check with any condition. It will execute the next immediately. Even though it is aborted, even though it is finished C status, finished C log status, it doesn't bother of this condition, but unconditional will go directly. But otherwise, what does it do? Apart from okay, apart from failed, apart from warnings, apart from user status, apart from condition, but we don't go, but only it will check with okay, failed, and warnings. That's it. If apart from these things happens, then it will go to the next step. So difference between otherwise and unconditional, mostly people will ask you. Unconditional is which is not having any condition. Once this job is completed, whether it is failed, whether it is finished status, finished seal of status, whatever it is, the next job. Otherwise, we will not go with the output until unless it checks with the conditions, with the trigger conditions. So apart from this, if you get okay, failed warnings or these things, then only it goes to the next level. So this makes some problem. So that's why mostly people uses custom condition and uses run if okay or run on warnings or okay. That's what the conditions. Okay, so these are the trigger conditions that we need to know, and in the next session we'll go with the execution job action, and in that case we'll cover the previous. I just asked you to make a note, so that point we'll cover in the next session. Thanks for watching this video. Thanks for your time.